schools.
Let's have that government's name again.
Ogunleye Oluwatobiloba.
Okay, and we know you as
schools.
Okay, so which one do you want to sell to your audience right now?
I mean, I'm schools.
So I'm trying to look into the future when we Google you and the internet is saying Ogunleye Oluwatobiloba. No, schools born Ogunleye Oluwatobiloba. Just like Davido. When you Google Davido, you see David Adeleke, born David Ali. That time will come. We're really, really close. Okay, so that's our artist in the house, and I intentionally did not play a song of ease only. I just wanted you to have a feel of his voice. So again, let's hear your name, your government name, and then your.
My name's Ogunleye Oluwatobiloba Schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So this is your name. I'm mesmerized a bit. I don't know. Maybe because each time I hear schools, I remember schools of thought. I remember schools of thought back then in school when you're studying something. Schools of thought in history. Schools of thought. So, what does school really mean? So how did you come about the name Schools?
That was, at first it came off as schoolboy at first.
Okay.
So, from schoolboy, it's later formed to Scooby to whatever. People called me different things around it.
Different versions of schoolboy.
So from there, someone just called me Schools and I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Since the schoolboy, when I tried uploading my song to the internet to streaming platforms, there was Schoolboy.
Okay. We already had one Schoolboy.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, nice. Schools doesn't sound bad anyways. All right, let's get with our questions for today. So first is, tell us about your journey into music. How did it all start? What inspired you? What motivated you? What was that thing that made you tell yourself, I want to sing a song?
I was born into a family that loves music. Like, my mom loves music. Like, I remember when, everybody used to have this, every family used to have this time when things are a bit difficult. So there was this time when my mom used to, we used to, go pluck vegetables. So, and my mom used to sing too. She used to sing while doing chores, house chores. Used to sing while doing, my dad plays the best of music. We had CDs of Bob Marley and the rest of them. My mom on her side, she likes dancing, she likes singing. She still does it till now.
Okay.
So, that's where music all came from. So, from there, from having a rich background in music, I started picking up interest in sound in general, which is when I'm in church, I like to be around the choir. I like to give special numbers. And then from there, in school, it became a thing, going for rap battles, doing different things. Then
nice, interesting. Yeah. Would you tell us, you said that your dad used to play Bob Marley and the likes. Would you tell us if there was any influence from that at the very beginning? Was there was it Bob Marley himself or were there other artists that?
Yeah, Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a thing. We grew up listening to Bob Marley. At first, it was the sound of the guitar, the reggae plugs. It became a constant thing that when we start hearing something like that outside, it's just familiar, and then we loved it. Then there was Fela that I never understood for a very long time till I started growing up. I knew that Fela always had the whole band, the trumpet, the everything. At first it was this is too much for me, but later on I started picking, I like this. But Bob Marley was the influence. Then in SS3 my daddy got me started getting me 50 cents, everything growing up. Then in SS3 he got me MI. And the way MI used to craft his words was a thing for me. So then I listened to, we used to buy CDs.
I remember.
So had to buy like 4 different CDs of MI because I'll listen to it till it gets crashed. Because and then
You mean the same?
same MI Abaga.
I mean the same track, the same album.
I listened to the same album.
I
talk
mean
about
a
it.
CD containing similar songs, the same songs. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I listen to them till like, you know, when music catches you, you can't stop. So like you just like,
Keep going.
how does this guy play with words this much? Like how does he play with words this much? And before it used to be Eminem, but I loved Eminem, but I could not pick every word. But then I found somebody that I could actually hear every word, and it was like, wow, okay.
Nice. Okay, so and as you began, how would you describe your own sound of music? Oh, your style. Tell us.
That has been the most impossible thing for me to do, to
How?
describe my own sound of music.
Or your
I feel like-
style of music. In terms of maybe title, anything.
in terms of genre,
Let's start with that.
with genre, I choose to believe I'm formless. Like-
You're formless.
like-
Tell us more.
You could go on my Spotify, you will see about 6-7 songs that do not sound alike. That's something.
Okay, that's good. Very interesting. Talking about Spotify, would you tell us your handles? We're gonna get to that, but since you mentioned Spotify, tell us your social media handles.
It's schools without the vowels in it, which is SCHLZ. Yeah.
Okay, and on TikTok, is that the same on TikTok, Instagram?
On Instagram is IO schools. So IO_IS_SCHLZ. On TikTok, it's the same thing, but I don't even remember being on TikTok. So like,
Which platform do you use the most?
on IG, Instagram,
Okay, and that's can we have that again?
IO schools.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's get back to knowing you. So let's hear your biggest musical influences. How have they shaped you? Have they shaped your work? Who are those guys you look at in the industry and they have an influence on what you do?
Currently, you're growing up.
Let's start with growing up.
Growing up, who am I? Definitely. And surprisingly, I cannot talk about how much I love music without mentioning. It's funny, but it's out of my genre of music, but it's Terry G.
Wow.
No, because Terry G, like.
So what's the sync?
Nah,
What's the relationship?
No, Terry G has a way with music. Like, he's a producer, and there are records of him beating the desk. There are records of him going with the sound. Like, no matter what you do, no matter what he's talking about, you might not even be in sync. I mean, this man had a song that blew nationwide, almost across Africa, Free Madness, with him not even speaking anything intelligible. Like, that is music. Like, that is... How would you do a song accepted by everybody and you did a remix, still not saying anything, and it blew? Like, it was crazy to me, and it was... That's the fun of it. That's music. That's where everything is. Then currently... Currently... okay, growing up, Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem, MI, Terry J. So
MI,
currently,
Terry
as
J.
we speak,
Currently,
as
we
of
speak.
today, who are those guys you look at and you're like, oh my God, I'm influenced already?
I'm fascinated by Ashake.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm fascinated because growing up, I never had any form of regard for Yoruba rappers. Then, and I love to fuse sound. Then Ashake came, and people thought it was just Afrobeat, but I don't see it as Afrobeat. It was Amapiano, and then fusing it with Fuji and a touch of hip hop, and he gave us, like, his first album doesn't sound like the second doesn't sound like the third, and he's been doing it back to back for like 2-3 years now. Trust me, what's not to like? Just when Ashake came, I was like, nah, I can't do this for long. I can't do this past 6 months.
Were you in that category? Were you that school of thought as well?
No. At first, you know, when the Yoruba rapper comes, like, it's like a cheat code for them. The language is like very, like, to me, rapping in Yoruba, because Yoruba has this depth. Like you can almost fuse two words out of nothing to like. But English, trust me, you have to think like really. But with Yoruba, but Ashake came using slangs. He was not even. He was really not speaking Yoruba. He was using street slangs, like street slangs, things you hear from conductors, and he will make a whole jam. Then he made the next jam. Then, so I used to be like, one day we'll run out of slangs. You get then.
But he's still doing it.
Yeah, and he's still doing it. Then the first album came, the second album came, the third album came. They did not sound anything like. That is a fascinating artist. I don't like an artist like. It is easy for you to find something that blows up and then continue making songs that sound alike. But for you to keep trying to evolve, trust me. Then Thames is a beauty. Like, what our music is beautiful. Like to the end of it. It's audible. It's like these singers that use their nose. Nah, I don't like that. She's audible. She's so nice, and yeah. Then there's Rema. There's Rema. That is the rave. Is the Gen Z king. Like what else? Well, I never thought he would stay this long, but now he's so.
You have a thing for not thinking people will stay long when you meet them.
Me, like staying long is not just about. It's not just about like, oh, you are good. It's about you are good, and they love you, and they keep loving everything you do. Like so, it's not just about how good you are. It's a touch of luck. It's a touch of blessing. It's a touch of you get like I know people that are good to forever that people think they are one-hit wonders. Trust me. There's Ayanfe is very, very good too. I don't know why that guy is not like up there, but God will kiss his hands one day.
Okay, thank you. So as an upcoming artist, tell us about the challenges you have faced, and the ones you've overcome. Tell us how you overcame them.
The challenges I faced.
Yes.
Man. Okay. I do not like to think of money as a challenge. I feel like money is like a general thing everybody has to do with. Challenges I faced. There are like, how do we put it? Everything is now like, there was a time in this Nigerian industry where if you're good, you just need to like take your CDs and go talk to people, and it was all about the talents, but now it's about who you know. And the fact that I have
we don't mind if you tell us the people you know.
No, I have to force myself to like mingle with people, because I know that only people can actually like really you understand, like this time around your craft really doesn't like do it alone for you anymore. You have to meet people, and trust me, I prefer being indoors. I prefer like so I have to force myself to be an extrovert, to like be able to like get people to actually give me the listening ears and everything like that. So and yeah, I've been able to like do well at that because I've been able to surround myself with a family of people called the Misfits. It's a movement where it's a group of introverts that introduce me to who you know, then introduce me to who you know, then yeah, when we call, at least if I'm shy talking to people, I have a friend I can talk to.
Like artists supporting artists, right?
Like,
upcoming artists supporting artists.
Not necessarily artists. We have painters, we have plumbers, we have different walks of life. So like people that do different
belong
jobs,
to different crafts, different arts.
Yeah. So that way it's easier to move as a community, and yeah.
All right, walk us through your creative process when making a song. How does it start from before you even begin to form the sound? Tell us the cradle part of creating a song.
Okay. It all depends on how it hits you. Like it all depends on how it hits you. Sometimes you could be scrolling through your Instagram, then you find something interesting, like you can find something that strikes empathy, like a feeling. Once you get that feeling like, yo, man, I don't like this thing that is happening, I want to talk about it. You know, and then you start to write. Sometimes you write before you get the beat. Sometimes a a rhythm could just pop in your head. Last time, uh, the last time a rhythm popped in my head was I was on this flight and it popped. I recorded it on my phone. Then when I go home, I started trying to put words into it. So it depends on how it's you. I could just be like, okay, I was at Traffic FM. I want to talk about it.
Well, it's not Traffic FM, it's Lagos Traffic Radio.
Yeah.
Lagos Traffic Radio. All right, quickly, we'll listen to one song by Schlz. This one is titled Pillow. Don't touch it out, stick around and have fun. Get to know our artist better with this one.
Rasta man with too much sauce dripping, Stephen Curry with too much ball shooting. I be praying for my cake to bake, I be praying make I pour it away. I took a step back, did the fade away, made the name of nothing. Lakers game, I'm the mamba on the steady. In my mind, I'm a king, and my edges are already, and my body full of glory. Oh my God, all within me. Hey Willie, be thanking God for sun, and then for the rainy days, get it steady, make the daily pay. So I say I to a eater, and I eat him with the rigor. As I tingle, feeling like a rainbow in my head. Grab my pillow, find my sleep go. As I tingle, feeling like a rainbow in my head. Grab my pillow, I find my sleep go. Yeah, not from your street, I came from the jungle. Running your trenches to me, the bubble. Swung from the trees, and my pocket full of leaves. Your OG see me, say drop knuckle. Road where that talk say I cause it floppy the bun. You walk me through it on the double. But you water my part. Your nice man give me a smile. Now hear me the chuckle.
Just a little girl from that street. Got big dreams, what more than sleep. I wake up as a beauty and don't do a beast. Cause it till I get the dough. Yeah, stop that be no need to get some rest. See my music already blasting. I said what I said with my food chest. Don't play with me, my
As I tingle, feeling like a rainbow in my head. Grab my pillow, find my sleep go.
All right, in case you're just joining us, it is Return Trip Extra with my humble self, Sarah Adesanya, and we have an artist in the house. His name is Schlz. An interview, actually. I hope you didn't miss so much. This one is titled Pillow by him. But we have a caller already. Let's take this call and hear what this caller has to say at this time. Hello, good evening, Babajide.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Babajide.
Yeah, I'm Babajide calling from Ikeja.
All right.
All right, so what I want to say is, you played a song recently. I don't know why, something like that.
Yeah.
I really like the song. I've been trying to get it on Spotify. I don't know if the artist is on Spotify.
Yes.
So I can get the song, another song, that is the artist in the studio.
Okay.
So what's his name on Spotify?
All right.
Or something. Or if he has an album there.
Yeah, it's
So that,
cool.
you know.
All right. Can you hear him? Can you hear him, Babajide? Can you hear him?
I can't hear him very well.
Yeah, hello, good evening, Mr. Babajide.
Hi, good evening. I'm a fan
Please
of
use the
your-
mic.
of your
Use the
song.
mic. Someone wants to hear you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's a bit shy, but all right.
I was wondering. I tried because I don't have Shazam. I tried searching for. I don't know. I tried searching for the song. I used to hear. I don't know why. I tried searching for it. I didn't see anything.
Just
I don't know.
you can type DASKY. That's Dasky. Dasky INE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it featured me, so you can find it on.
But that's not you, right?
Yeah, but I am SCHLZ. SCHLZ.
okay.
Schools. Say it how you always say. Something about the consonants.
Yeah, like
Oh.
we're spelling school without the
Vowels.
in it.
Just consonants.
Yeah.
So that's SCHL.
Z.
Is it S or Z?
Z.
Oh, okay. So you have an album on Spotify?
I have a couple of songs, just a couple of singles. Yeah.
Oh,
About
okay,
7 of
okay.
them, I think.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay. You just send yourself a list now.
Yeah.
You just got yourself a fan. All right, Babajide, thank you for tuning in. That's like a regular listener. I think this person, who knows? I don't know. He's always on the roads, always staying tuned into Lagos Traffic Radio because we play. I don't know why very often. I hope you get to you will find songs by Schlz because we're talking about Schlz here, so we should be talking about songs by him only. All right, just a few more questions. So I have this one. It's an interesting question. I hope you find it interesting as well. So what has been your most memorable performance or studio session so far?
Studio session. My most memorable performance, studio session. Oh, performance. I think, man, everyone has been. Okay, there was this time I was called up from. I was sick and I was in the hostel in school. Then I was called up to come do a rap battle, and Then I got to the final. That was like 2016, I think.
What school are we talking about?
Ladoke Akitola University of Technology.
Okay.
So Etisalat came to the school, and trust me, I was so sick because I used to use crutches at some point, and so then like I got there and I saw over 5,000 people.
Wow.
In Lautech. It was a very large crowd, and surprisingly, I qualified for the final since, but I never knew that day was like the event. So I climbed the stage, and I actually won. And so it's, do you know the feeling when you have over 5,000 people like chanting your name? And so it was like you did not even know you were going to be on this stage today. You get, so it was like, okay, Reminisce was there, Scales was there, like J1. Lil Kesh then had not blown up, so like it was like after the first two songs, then I had to sit with them. Oh, Scales! I went to Scales and I was like, "Yo, will you follow me?" And I was like, "Oh, what are you here for?" I said, "Rap battle," and I was like, "If you win, then I won." Then I came back to him like, "Yo, you said you were going to." So it was fun for me. That was like one of the most memorable.
Sounds memorable, actually.
Like,
to have Reminisce, to have J1, and
it was actually memorable because I got beaten. So.
Okay, we still have another question for you. Maybe this will be the last question before you tell us your social media handles again. All right, one more question from our intern in the house. She'd like to know, how do you cope singing on stage since you are an introvert?
That's where the love surpasses the fear. Yeah, like I love music so much. Like what? That has taken like the whole of my life, basically.
Okay, all right. So you just earned yourself a fan. What message do you have for your fans and those just discovering your music?
Please, when listening to my song, just try to give me like 1 minute to convince you. Don't jump out of it like like after the first 10 seconds, because trust me, I make experimental music, so yeah, just listen and try to go for the words more than
Okay, all right. That being said, let's have your socials again.
iOS Schools, which is AYO_IS_SCHLZ. iOS Schools, AYO_IS_SCHLZ. So.
All right. Yep. Thank you so much. God bless you. It's a wrap already. It was very interesting having you in the house.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good to know you. We'll play Pillow by Schlz once again, and you can check Spotify to download this one for yourself.